challenge.
It's Bryson Wynn with the challenge.
Break down.
CBS reality royalty to beat crown.
Survivor Love Island
Amazing Race and Big Brother.
Survivor Love Island
Amazing Race and Big Brother. It's Bryson Wynn with the challenge.
Break down.
It's Bryson Wynn with the challenge.
Break down.
It's Bryson Wynn with the challenge.
Break down.
All right, we are here very sadly with Derek X and Shannon from the Challenge USA. They were booted episode 6. We are sad to see you guys here, but can you just tell us like what that elimination was like first of all?
Yeah, for sure. Damn, Shannon, we only made it 6 episodes. That's kind of wild.
Oh my God, that was a really rough one to watch.
It really was. Okay, so basically the way this elimination went down is you just had to like move these tires from side to side. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, we're screwed, because they totally downplayed this. But the previous day during the challenge, Shannon legit pulled her hamstring. They made it seem like she like pulled a muscle or something. No, she pulled her hamstring, which is like one of the main muscle groups you need to run. So the entire time, me and Shannon going into elimination were like, I hope it's not running. Like, we can do anything else. Just like, I hope it's not running. And of course, it's the first challenge that's just running. That's all it is.
Damn.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It must have been those workout shorts, Shannon, that you put on and said, hey, ain't nobody, you can't see me, because we could not tell that you were hurt. And to see you competing in that, knowing that you were hurt, I was like, look at my Love Island sis killing it out there.
I really tried to like play it off, but as I'm watching, it didn't look like I had an injury at all. So then I was like, oh wait, do people just think I'm like acting this out? Because it didn't really show how bad it was. And
No,
I
it
just
was
had to
bad.
numb it up.
You guys
Shannon,
were really
remember
close too.
Hold on, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna get to that. But Shannon, you remember the day before? So like you guys saw in the episode, what me and Shannon wanted to do was like psych people out, make it seem like she doesn't have an injury. So I was like, yo, Shannon, get out of bed. Let's go like do sprints in the courtyard. So we started doing They didn't show that, but you know what I was really hoping they'd show? You remember we were doing sprints in the courtyard, and we got to like courtyard, you know, out in Boston. We were running, and then about like 20 laps in, you were like, I can't do it anymore. And I started thinking like, yo, if this happens in elimination, I'm gonna have to carry her. So we practiced me carrying you across the courtyard.
So I just like jumped on his back, and like he was seeing like if he can like carry my weight and run the sprints after like I tapped out. Like we were ready.
Yo, we were ready to go. Honestly, we should just bust that out just for it.
Wow.
With tires.
So in this elimination challenge, like you guys looked like you were killing it, like winning. Was it really because your tires were just falling all over the place? Could there have been a tweak strategy there, or what do you think?
I think so. I mean, after watching the pancake strategy that Enzo and Justine were doing, like me and DX were just trying to like get it done. So like I thought that we were winning. Like I thought that we had won. When TJ like honked the horn, I was like, no way. Like I thought we had it in the bag, because they had so many tires left, and all we had to do was stack them. But like as we're stacking them, they just kept falling. So I guess we didn't do the little pancake strategy. I don't know.
We said, I'm gonna build one tower and I'm gonna let that shit fall. Then I'm gonna build a second one, let that fall. All right. So basically what went down was, it was again really hard to tell in the episode, but those towers of tires that you had to pick them off of, Shannon, I'd say it was probably like 10 feet tall, maybe.
Yeah.
So for perspective, I'm 6 feet tall, and in order for me to lift a tire off, I had to get like onto my toes basically and reach all the way up. And it was pretty hard for me. Shannon is like a couple inches shorter than me, so she couldn't even reach the top of the tire.
A couple inches? I'm 5'1".
A couple inches.
Like I couldn't reach the top at all. And I tried saying this to TJ. I tried to say like, wait, this isn't gonna work. First of all, I'm injured. Second of all, I can't even reach the top of the tires. How am I supposed to go back and forth and do this 100 times? And they were like, well, figure it out. Find a way.
No, exactly. So what they didn't show was like, in order for Shannon to even reach the top, I had to take tires off. And make basically like a small step stool, but that honestly wasn't even working that well. So
I was like
thinking
falling off.
thinking ahead, I was like, okay, if we do the pancake strategy, once the tires get to like a certain height, Shannon won't be able to stack them anymore. So what I thought was going to be a good idea, which ended up completely being a horrible plan, was let me stack the tall ones. So I was going to stack up, and then Shannon stacks around so she can stack the short ones. And this way, she won't have to stack as high because it was just like way too tall. In the end, honestly, horrible idea. I wish we just went with the pancake strategy. And then
We were robbed. I couldn't reach that. And even if we did the strategy, like you said, I would have never been able, once it got to like a little bit above me, which they all kind of were, I would have never been able to get, I would be knocking them all down trying to do
Yeah.
that. So,
Yo,
Well,
one thing actually that they didn't show and that I actually don't think anyone's talked about yet is when me and Shannon got asked down into elimination by Desi and David, Cash and Kylan actually stepped forward and volunteered to go in for us.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. And they did
wow.
not show that in the episode, which I was kind
Wow.
of surprised about because it was funny. Cash was like,
It was like
I'm
heroic.
stepping. It was very heroic. Like, I got to give him props. Cash stepped forward. She was like, look, you know, Shannon's my best friend. So and I know she's injured. So I got to step forward for her. And Kylan's Derek's best friend. And Loki, I was sitting down there. I was like, all right, I want to say Kylan's like my best friend. I like this guy a lot, but I wouldn't say he's like my
I
best
think we're
friend.
best friends.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I'll take it. But I know.
And they didn't allow it.
No, me and Shannon actually turned them down because
We're trying to be like big dogs. We're like, no, like don't worry, like this is our battle to fight. Like we got it.
Now,
Much
in,
respect
in,
to
hi-
them.
in hindsight, do you wish you would have said, you know what, come on, y'all, go ahead and go down?
hell yeah, are you kidding me? We got eliminated. I was like, yo, anyone can get the smoke. Honestly, like if literally any other team, like if it wasn't Kylan or Alyssa, like I would have been, or Angela, I would have been okay with literally anyone going in. But I was like, if Kylan volunteers to go in for me, and Cash, honestly, like I really loved Cash. Like it was just such a tough deal. Like if they went in instead of us, and then they got eliminated because of it.
Yeah,
Like,
no. So
I
that's
wouldn't even
what I
want to.
can't do.
Yeah.
Because it was
Yeah.
my injury and I felt like it was my fault. And if I sent Cash home because of something that I, hurt during the daily, like I wouldn't have stayed. Like I would have been.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah.
Quick question. DX, man. So I know you and Alyssa came in with the strategy of at some point going for the cookout members, right? Because of what, they went
right.
for y'all.
Here we go.
Let's hear it.
All right, fuck it. Don't talk about anything else. I want to ask you this one question.
Let's hear it, because those are my people.
No, for sure. Those are my people too, outside the game though. And okay, so this was basically it. Like, I think I was hesitant to trust them again after what had happened on Big Brother because, one, I am very gullible, and I know even with like someone who is like mediocre at like playing a strategic game, they can easily play me like a fiddle because I will just like eat things up. And I was like with X and Tiffany, who X won Big Brother and Tiffany masterminded the whole thing. After the game, now having talked to them, it actually was true, but I didn't have confirmation in the game. But I thought X was trying to form like an alliance with Cinco and Danny, which was happening. And Tiffany was really going heavy with some of the girls. So I was like, okay, they're not really pulling me into anything. They hadn't talked a single, like one of the first words Tiffany said to me in the house was after I partnered with Cash. And she was like, she pulled me in the bathroom and said, you have to unpartner Cash as soon as you can. And that was like the first thing she had said game-wise to me.
Wow.
And even like on a personal relationship level, like she hadn't really talked to me in the house. And like since then we've talked about that, and it was kind of like we both like weren't really sure how to approach the conversation. Like, that was kind of like on both of us, but it was just off of like perspective more than anything. Was it just seemed like no one was pulling me into their alliances. I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to be at the bottom of X's thing. I'm going to be at the bottom of Tiffany's thing. And, I know they still have like a lot of love for me and reverse for them as well, but I'm still at the bottom of their alliance. Meanwhile, me and Alyssa, we were going to go into this from day one. And she was like, yo, you're still my ride or die. And I was like, okay, yeah, you are mine too, because no one else has come forward and been like, yo, I ride with you. So I was like, this is what we're going to go with.
I think a lot of people understand like your reason for going for them at some point. Now, do you think, in hindsight, obviously, do you think that you went for them a little early, like going for Xavier, or do you think that that was the right time because it was an opportunity?
Yo, sorry, Shannon. If you want to hop off this call, I'll just get you back in
I'll
on the
talk to
next
you guys
time.
Thanks.
I got something for you too, Shannon.
No. Wait, I'll just say it super quick. So, was taking out X the right moment? Honestly, it's hard to say. Like, was taking out Christian on my season of Big Brother also too early? Like, who knows in these games, because like how things are going to play out. But what I will say was, I think was definitely like physically a stronger competitor than me, and he literally won Big Brother. Like, my thinking was, if X goes to the end of the challenge, he's going to win this too. So at any point to take out a stronger competitor that is the same gender as you for this season, I think is a good call. And then to take out a weaker competitor that is the opposite gender of you is also a good move. So it was almost like the perfect storm where I was like, okay, X is very competitive, Shan is maybe like slightly less so. So, you know, if I can take out someone who can beat me and take out a girl that I maybe don't want to work with as much, then this is the good time.
That's so interesting to hear. Shannon, what I love so much is that I love how we come into this game and it's like Survivor has this big core alliance, Big Brother has this big core alliance, and then there is like Love Island. And I feel like people are like, oh, the Love Island people aren't going to be strategic or know how to play the game. But in my opinion, I feel like some of the strongest players are the Love Island women. Are you surprised by that? Or did you know going in there that the Love Island girls would be such a force to be reckoned with?
Dude, put some respect on the name. The Love Island girls, man, they were strong.
I mean, thanks, guys. I just feel like with Survivor and Big Brother, they've all backstabbed each other so many different times versus the Love Island girls. We've always been loyal. So I feel like we didn't have a reason to get any of each other out because we were all friends outside of this. So we didn't, form alliances or like survive on an island with each other. Well, we did, but like not like Survivor. So for us, I felt if we have one thing, like it's loyalty, and we would never like throw each other in until it absolutely got to that point, which we were all understandable about. Because we know when it gets to if it was a good gameplay. But yeah, I knew it was the Love Island girls the whole time. I mean, everybody underestimated us and everyone was taking it so seriously. And I felt like we were all like, whoa, just like take it easy. Like we're all here to like look cute and like be badass. So relax a little bit. I was like, oh my God, I could cut the tension within every other show. And I was like, it doesn't have to be like this, guys. Like we're on TV. Like let's just like back a little.
Okay, for somebody. Oh, go ahead.
No,
I think we got a wrap, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I feels like it's every vote off for everyone sent into the elimination. A Love Island female has influenced like how they have gone in. So I just think that is like just so crazy. And I love the Love Island girls. I love you, Shannon. But DX, real quick, I got a question for you. Can you spell Zaddy backwards?
Hey, yo, relax. Okay, wait, real quick on that. YDDAZ. All right. And then, so when they went in with like the spell things backwards, okay, so TJ's like, all right, Justine, spell cynical backwards. I'm like, oh shit, that's hella hard. And then they look at Shannon, they're like,
my girl Justine got robbed. She got robbed in that. How do you come up with that?
All right, guys, we're getting yelled at, so we have to wrap. But Shannon, DX, thank you guys so much for the time. You guys really, really held it down in this interview. We appreciate you. We'd love to do deep dives with you at the end. Perp, anything?
Wait, my bad. Yo, Bryce, Zaddy backwards is ECIBR.
Oh, listen.
IRB.
Now, I got a quick question for you, for Claire. Being though you were just on Big Brother, does this, being on the challenge, does this help your emphasis on getting on the Zaddy calendar after being on the challenge?
We're going to get cut.
Hey, look, my phone's always open, baby. That's a dream.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Love you, Shannon.
Guys. We love y'all. See
you.
It's Bryson Win with the challenge
breakdown.
It's Bryson Win with the challenge
breakdown.
It's Bryson Win with the challenge
breakdown.